5 centimeters in diameter. An accident could happen during surgery because I felt that I was safe going to go to tuck shop. Blacked out. Right, I didn't have time to write a will.
Kitti, Kitti, Rose.
Hey everybody, it's Kitti Rose, and we are in boy form, obviously, and we're on our part 2. I'm going to talk about a little bit about the whole process of my brain tumors. So anyways, continuing on, I just wanted to say that, immediately after we found out that I had a brain tumor, I had to get ready for surgery immediately. I was like, oh, well, I guess this is happening. They had me sign a bunch of mumble jumble, right? A lot of things were thrown to me, honestly. And I just want to keep this short, is that basically they said that I had a brain tumor that was the size of 5 centimeters in diameter, right in the middle of my brain right here, or basically the pituitary gland. I can't pronounce it, pituitary gland. And they were explaining there were 2 doctors that were going to work with me in terms of operation for this. They came and explained things very clearly, very fast, very quickly. I had to make decisions immediately. Thank goodness for health insurance. But I just wanted to say it was such a sudden process. For those of you wondering, I don't have any scars because it wasn't a brain surgery like this. It was a brain surgery that went through the nose, right? And so they sucked the thing out. I don't know how they did it. They operated and probably sucked it out and whatsoever, but it was a big brain tumor. Now people are like, 5 centimeters? That is not small, honey. What in the world? How did you not know that this was happening, and what happens? And I just want to tell you, everybody, you get health checks, but nobody really gets a brain tumor health check unless there's certain symptoms, and then they'll check, right? So those are the things. The second thing is if you keep getting headaches, maybe once or twice a month, and it's a common thing, you might want to get it checked out, right? Most people are like, oh, it's just a migraine. Maybe, and even I thought it's just a migraine, it's a hungover, maybe whatever, because I was partying and I just pop in a Tylenol and it goes away. Lord and behold, they said that for it to grow at 5 centimeters, this thing had to be growing at least 5 to 7 years beforehand. And it went undetected the entire time. And the reason why I was vomiting and shaking and having those reactions immediately is because that it had reached the max of its room in my brain, and it is now bursting, and there is bleeding that's happening right now. And that's why my body was reacting to that, right? And so there was a lot of things that happened. They were like, even though there was there's a 1%, 2% risk that you could, an accident could happen during surgery and this and that. And I was like, that is just great. I have no idea what's going on. And it was a very scary situation, right? I don't think anybody wants to be in that situation at all. I called my family immediately. My parents found out immediately, and then they tried to fly over as soon as possible. I was lucky that my wife and my daughter was in town visiting me from Thailand, and so I was lucky to have people there with me. The scariest thing, and I think the most horrible thing that happened, was the decisions that needed to be made within the next 24 hours. And basically they were gonna operate me. They said I was gonna be in the ICU and everything, and just to prepare. They said it should be fine and whatsoever, but you never know with these things, right? You never know. So what I ended up doing was I didn't have time to write a will, or I didn't have anything in place. So tip for everybody, always prepare. So I had to record a video, and I know people have told me now that isn't legalized or whatsoever, but at least I thought that my intent was there. So I recorded a video in giving my assets to my family, my daughter, and my loved ones and whatsoever. And it was done very quickly. And so I tell you, it's the worst experience, right? You don't know what's going to happen, right? And it was devastating, right? And I think a lot of my friends that were there and whatsoever were completely shocked. It was just the day before I was fine, and all of a sudden I'm very sick. I'm in the hospital. I'm going into the ICU. People were very genuinely concerned about what was going on. Anyways, the procedure went by fine. Obviously I was put to sleep, is it anesthesia? What's the correct? At this point, I'm so sorry, everybody. But I'll just say this is that, I had to be put down to sleep so that they can operate on me. And I think this is probably, I get extremely emotional when I talk about this, is because that when I went, before I was, I blacked out, I thought to myself, it's like, if things don't work out or whatsoever for me, I would be fine with it, because I just wanted to make sure that I took care of everybody as much as I could. I lived a very happy life. I had the most amazing 40th birthday party with over 200 people that attended, that loved and screamed my name for me. I had drag queens and everything that I wanted, and I thought I was my fullest self, right? And so I thought to myself, if I lost my life or whatsoever, or I couldn't do anything that I could do before, then I felt that it would be okay. I woke up, I remember very clearly that I had a dream, and this is very true, okay? I had a dream, and in my dream that I was just dozing off, right? And two of my friends were in my dream, and my friend is Prabhu, who has been super kind to me and super helpful, and my other friend who's Filipino, his name's Ran, and they were basically saying to me that, hey Kitti, we're going out tonight, because I party a lot and I go out to LGBT clubs, and they said we're going to go to Tuck Shop, which to me was the only drag queen, the only well-known drag queen bar or club in Singapore that was a drag queen place, right? A drag queen club. And I had been there since the day they started, and it has been such a journey for me to find myself and discover, and yet alone I had not started drag yet. But that place had a lot of meaning to me, because I felt that I was safe. I felt like I could express myself, I could dance, just be happy, and be surrounded by drag queens and people who loved music and amazing DJs and everything like that, right? And their wristband is green, neon green, right? And in my dream, my friend said that we're going to Tuck Shop. And then I said, I can't believe I said this in my dream. I said, I can't go because I'm sick. I said, I can't go. And in my dream, they legit said to me, my friends said to me, it's okay, Kitti. Do not worry about anything. We will wait for you at Tuck Shop. I don't know. In this world, there are things or places that mean a lot to you. But I think the fact that at the age of 40, that was something that stuck into my brain. And the thought that I dreamt about that during my brain surgery was that place had a lot of meaning to me, right? It wasn't just the place, but I think it also was the people, the community, everything surrounding the whole element of that, right? Performances and whatsoever. And it made me feel safe, right? And I think the queens and the people there, I thank Salon Black for always welcoming me there, right? Tuck Shop had a very special place in my heart, and I can honestly say it, and I'll talk a little bit more in a different video about this later, but it holds a lot of meaning to me. And Lord and behold, everybody, when I woke up from my brain surgery in the ICU, I'll tell you right now, it's the most fancy ICU I've ever been into. I was wearing a neon green wristband, which was exactly like the one at Tuck Shop. So it was super amazing to wake up like that, and I legit was in tears when I woke up that. And I thought it was the most ironic thing, but hey, I woke up like that.
Kitti, Kitti, Rose.